Warren and Janelle from Warren Griffin and Janelle Pocowatchit from Native Lifelines. All right. Oh, I see Janelle. Hey, Janelle.
Hey, how are you? How's everything? How you doing?
Thank you so much. Warren, how are you doing?
Warren.
Yeah,
thank you. Thank you. Pastor Miracle, thank you. That reminded me of one of the best prayers I've ever heard out of powwow. It was in Hollister, North Carolina, and this person went through his whole prayer, and he ended it with, and thank God the sky is Carolina blue, and the whole crowd went nuts. So yeah, let me share my screen, and let me tell you guys a little bit about Native American Lifelines. But first, we should introduce ourselves. My name is Warren Griffin. I'm Yupik from Alaska. I was born in Alaska, but I moved to Boston when I was 12. So I consider myself a Bostonian. And I'm also the community health worker for Native American Lifelines of Boston. Janelle?
Hello, everyone. My name is Janelle Pocowatchit. I'm Comanche Nation of Oklahoma and First Nations Micmac from Nova Scotia, Canada. My mother was First Nations out of Indian Brook Reservation in Nova Scotia, Canada. My father is Comanche Nation of Oklahoma. I've been with Native. I was born and raised in Boston, lived here all my life, and I am the program manager for Native American Lifelines, and I've been with Native American Lifelines since 2013. Welcome, everyone.
We also have in the participants our new program assistant, Farah Jazay. So yeah, let's get started. So Native American Lifelines. We're going to do an introduction and overview of Native American Lifelines of Boston. So Native American Lifelines, what's it about? We are a Title V urban Indian health program, and we're funded through IHS. And we operate as an outreach and a referral site, which means we're not a clinic. We can't like see like patients here, but we can refer our clients to providers. And we're registered as a nonprofit organization. And our mission for Native American Lifelines is to promote health and social resiliency within urban Indian communities. Native American Lifelines applies principles of trauma-informed care to provide culturally centered behavioral health, dental outreach, and referral services. And our approach is community-centered, culturally grounded, and trauma-informed. Janelle, you want to do this?
Yes, Native American Lifelines was founded in 2000, headquartered in Baltimore, Maryland. Acquired Boston contract in 2012. Currently, leadership team in place since 2015, and additional funded sources is the 411 Native Connection Program grants.
Yeah, and if you look at this photo here, this is a photo from one of our programs. This was our moccasin making program that we used to make moccasins, but also do like suicide prevention with these youth. We did an Eastern style pucker toe style moccasin for this event. And here are some of the services that we provide. We provide case management, which entails one-on-one meetings with our clients, referring our clients to different providers, whether it be dental, eye care, physical, also counseling services. We provide transportation to our clients who need help to get to their medical appointments. We provide purchase of care. So we help clients pay for medications, dental care, eye care, when funding is available. We also have counseling services. We do have staff who does counseling, and we do refer some clients out to outside counseling. Dental, in the Baltimore site, they have a dental clinic. Here in Boston, we refer out to different providers. We also can help pay for dental bills. Health promotion, disease prevention. We do a ton of events throughout the year. The moccasin making event pictured in the last slide is one example of that. And we also have elder and youth family programming. Pre-COVID, we used to have elders come to the office every Wednesday, or we bring them to the YMCA for them to get like a quick workout. And we also provided a healthy lunch for them when they came to the office. What else? Our youth programming. We're going to start a youth council for Boston and Baltimore. And one of the benefits of joining this youth council is we're going to bring youth to Unity in Minneapolis, Minnesota this year. All the expenses paid. So our youth will have a chance to interact with Native youth throughout the country. An events calendar, like once again, we do a ton of events throughout the year. The next event that we're doing here in Boston, because April is Alcohol Awareness Month, we're going to have an alcohol-free Celtics playoff viewing party. So stay tuned for more details on that. You want to talk about our leadership?
Yes, this is our leadership team. Carrie Lassard, MAA, she's our executive director. She's Shawnee. She's out of our Baltimore office. And Jess McPherson, MSN, NPL finance director. She's a Squana and Shawnee. And we are right now looking for a clinical director in our Baltimore office, and as well as Boston.
Yeah, and this is our staff here in Boston. We already introduced ourselves. And welcome Farah. She's brand new program assistant here in our office. And she also graduated from Haskell Indian Nation University. And here's some more. This is the staff on the Baltimore site. Yeah, we don't need to go through all of them. And these are our behavioral health and dental contractors. All these people are at the Baltimore site. Our board of directors, some more board of directors. Here's the Boston board of directors. Nina Hallencrane, who is Pawnee, used to work in the American LifeLines of Boston site, and Hannah Slattery, who is Micmac. She is a med student at Tufts University. The location for the Baltimore site is 1 East Franklin Street. It's like right in downtown Baltimore. And that is a photo of the front door of the Baltimore site. You want to talk about our site?
And this is where we're located, 2077 Center Street in West Roxbury, where we're located next to many different health centers, dentists, YMCA. And this is our little building that we're located out of.
Yep, we are here right now. It's kind of hard to get to our office through the T. You would have to go to Forest Hills and take the 35, 36, or the 37 bus to get to our office through the MBTA. Who we serve. Because we are contracted through IHS, we would have to go through the IHS eligibility, which is an enrolled citizens of federally or state recognized tribes and Alaskan Natives, and also documented descendants from state or federally recognized tribes. Through our IHS contract, we cannot serve First Nations or indigenous people from Mexico, Central, or South America, but that's just through our IHS funds. If we throw it like the Celtics event, the alcohol-free Celtics event, everyone's welcome. It's just for our IHS funds that we really have to be careful with. So, talking about our events, here are some of the examples of the events that we have done here in Boston. If we go from left to right here, our art therapy group, it meets virtually every Monday, and they use art as therapy. It's a group therapy session. We also had a diabetes awareness talk. We also done a pine needle basket making for suicide prevention. Every year we have a back to school event where we provide our youth with school supplies, and it's not just like pens and notebooks. Because the past couple of years the school was virtual, we provided our youth with headphones so they can have some privacy when they're at home. We also provided portable chargers and flash drives to adapt to the remote learning. Also, during COVID, we provided our clients with a COVID relief boxes, which had like $150 worth of stuff in it, from hand sanitizer, toilet paper, dishwashing liquid, some household items, a blanket. We also provided like snacks and some like puzzles and coloring books to pass the time. We also had a community appreciation day where Iron River came and sang for a barbecue, where we just got together, shared some laughs, and and promoted the services that NAL can provide. We talked about the moccasin making event. We had a Native Wellness Week. So every day we focused on a different aspect of wellness. Like Monday was mental health, spiritual wellness, environmental wellness, emotional wellness, and physical wellness, one per day. It was a really cool event. We also did multiple COVID vaccination clinics, and we tried to make it fun for our community. So we didn't just have a vaccination clinic. We made it a barbecue, more of a social gathering to get our community out and get vaccinated. And we've also had like serious talks. This is one of our more popular events. It was a active anti-Blackness panel, anti-Blackness in the Native community panel. Which was really successful.
We also, I'm sorry, I also wanted to add that we had our last vaccine clinic February 12th through Boston Medical Center. We teamed up with Boston Medical Center, SEAL, and also Greater Boston Community Health Center located in Roslindale. So they came up with a day to provide vaccines for our community members.
Yep, we're always partnering with different organizations with our events too. And to, if you want to stay tuned for our events, the best way is to sign up for our monthly newsletter. And you can do that by emailing our program assistant, Farah, at this email address. So I'll leave it up for a couple of seconds so you can memorize it. And you got everyone memorize it? All right, I'm moving on. So Lifelines, we did have some challenges in the past couple of years, mainly COVID. When the vaccinations first came out, we had a lot of clients looking for it, but our Lifelines, we did not have the opportunity to give it out to our community. Not until later we were provided the vaccinations. Another big challenge is hiring. Because we are trying to hit a small target, so you need experience in healthcare and that cultural aspect, working with our community. We're trying to hit a small target, so hiring challenges, it is a challenge. COVID funding and reporting, that's more leadership reporting on our COVID funds. COVID-19, working with COVID-19 during the height of COVID. We would only allow one of our staff in the office at a time to protect our staff from that virus. And the past 2 years, we've had a significant demand for services. We had a 37% increase in case management services and a 200% increase in behavioral health services. So if you add that with our hiring challenges, we can see where that became difficult. And and I don't need to bore you with our reporting system. So talking about our HR challenges, these are the openings that we have right now for the American LifeLines. So if you out there, if you know anyone looking for a job and you think will be a good candidate for us, please aim them towards us. This is on ZipRecruiter, and you can also find our job listings on our website at nativelifelines.org. So you can scan this QR code, and that will bring us to our website. Thank you, and that is my email address. If you have any follow-up questions that you do not want to share here in our presentation. So I guess we have a couple minutes for questions.
Oh, and my email too is Janelle@nativelifelines.org.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm not sure how the chat's working here. I don't know if there are any questions. Nicole, were there any questions?
I'll take it over. Yeah, so we have a question here. They're asking, are there ways to get involved and support the great work of Native Lifelines is doing?
Yes, we're always looking for volunteers, especially for our events. Our events do take a lot of work, so any help would be appreciated. And to do that, you can email any one of us. You can email me if that makes it easier. So it's warreng@nativelifelines.org.
The next question is, do you have any youth programs in Boston or Baltimore along the lines of pre-health pathway education, like exposing or discussing, encouraging the local American Indian youth to consider health professional careers like dentists, physician, pharmacists, and nurses?
Yes. Our next youth event is actually tomorrow night. We're having a Native songwriting event. And I think just exposing our youth to our events will expose them to the healthcare profession in general. We also we have our GONA event, which is our Native youth conference. So that's happening in Baltimore this year, and that's like a 4-day event overnight, and we provide our youth with numerous opportunities during that.
Okay. And the next question is, do you offer any remote job opportunities?
Remote, no, because, well, no. Because we work with our clients one-on-one, it'll be hard to do that remotely.
Well, Janelle and Warren, we thank you so much for being with us today. And
Can I ask a quick question?
Go ahead.
Since you work in your space and you're not part of you're not part of organizations like Mass General Hospital, like Harvard Medical, all these other healthcare organizations, what is the one suggestion that you would have for them in terms of seeing the community that you serve and their needs?
I would say, because our community almost doesn't feel, I would say make our community feel more comfortable going to these medical and healthcare providers. And you could do that numerous ways. Just having signs on your wall welcoming Native people, doing a culturally appropriate outreach to our community is important. And also, having Native staff is huge.
And another, I'm
Go ahead.
sorry,
No, go ahead.
Another important thing that, all the hospitals that working with Native Americans, especially with the medical assistants, when someone's coming in, especially when they say that Native American, make sure when you checking off the race part, have them not, if there's only other, tell them to write that they're Native American, and don't make sure that the medical assistants are not checking off anything other but Native American, because some clinicians, and I've seen this too, they'll market the patients as white or black or Hispanic. It's very important that they sit down and go over their race and ethnicity. And
Mhm.
always tell the patients, do not check off anything. You identify that you're Native American, do not let anyone tell you that you're not Native American on those registration sheets.
Right. Yeah, and just Nicole and I have found this out in the last few years. The same thing is happening across the United States, California, North Carolina, Illinois. I'm not too sure about, but that same thing is happening where healthcare, the people who check you into healthcare are labeling you as something else, and that is a form of ethnic cleansing. And I mean, we need to butt up against that. Absolutely.
All right, so we did, just quickly, we had one question who's that's asking if you use any of like traditional native foods in your engagement opportunities that you're offering with the youth. So, or like things that, you know, growing any food or preparing meals for them that are more traditional.
Yes, we actually had a diabetes workshop. What was it, last week? And our program assistant Farah had that out. And when you completed that workshop, she gave out a traditional native foods cookbook to everyone who showed up. We have that available digitally. So if you email one of us, we can give you that cookbook.
Great. So yeah, just thank you guys again for joining us today. Your center is doing a lot of good things for the Boston natives, and we just want to be supportive and hope that more people will learn about your programs and become involved. And, you know, we're always here, so please reach out and let us know how we can be of more help. So thank you again for joining us.
Awesome. Kuyana for having us.
Thank you.